Have you ever wondered how we learn? Throughout history, we can find several theories to explain the learning process. Today, I'm going to present to you 6 paradigms that have helped teachers understand a little bit more about how we all learn. So you will be able to choose between what fits your way of learning and what doesn't completely, whether you are a teacher or a student. Hello everyone, this is Priscila Aguirre and welcome to my video. We start with behaviorism. Its epistemological roots are strictly in empiricism. Knowledge only comes from external experience. Think Pavlov and Skinner. It's about building a predictable behavioral technology. Critically, learning occurs through the rigid stimulus response association via conditioning. The teacher's goal isn't fostering understanding, it's behavior modification. The only powerful factor influencing this process is the immediate external consequence, reinforcement. Memory is simply the durable link formed by consistent repetition. This is reinforcement. Therefore, transfer is limited to generalization. Applying the same exact behavior to a new context. This model is highly effective for things like routines and basic skills. For instructional design, the structure must use discrete steps and programmed instruction. For instance, creating a class rewards board where visible stars are given immediately for compliance, thus conditioning similar compliance in peers, or using a flashcard drill system where correct answers receive instant audio feedback to reinforce the exact response. The cognitive revolution moved us past that external view. Cognitivism sees the mind as a powerful, organized information processor. Its roots lie in early psychology, but its true power is in its focus on internal processes. Learning occurs through encoding via selective attention and storing it by organizing it into mental frameworks called schemas. The teacher's aim is to guide the student toward efficient information processing. The critical factor here is prior knowledge. It's the filing cabinet where everything is built. Transfer means applying those organized schemas and rules to solve novel problems, a far more flexible outcome than behaviorism allowed. Instruction must be structured systematically, following Agnes' 9 events. For example, implementing guide practice, where students analyze their own errors using KWL charts as well, and analogies before a new complex lecture. Now, constructivism argues that knowledge is never passively received. It is actively constructed by the learner. This is a crucial epistemological shift. For Vygotsky and Ausubel, learning occurs when you integrate new information with your prior knowledge through reflection. The teacher is not a knowledge dispenser, but a facilitator who sets up rich, authentic tasks. The central intervention is scaffolding, offering temporary support precisely within the ZBD or zone of proximal development. Transfer is the capacity to use that deep personal knowledge for complex problem solving. Instruction must be structured using methods like inquiry-based learning, for instance, running a problem-based learning case study over several days, or using collaborative debate through reciprocal teaching. Connectivism is the only paradigm born entirely out of the digital age. Its foundation lies in the network theory. It's an epistemological claim that knowledge is distributed outside the individual, existing in nodes, such as people, databases, media. Learning occurs by forming or navigating connections, yes, between these nodes. The teacher's central aim is a cultivating of digital literacy and adaptability. The critical factor is the reliability of the nodes. Since memory is external, transfer is defined as the skill of evaluating a network and having the capacity to reconnect when information is needed for decision making under uncertainty. The flipped classroom is a perfect instructional method. For example, requiring students to curate external resources using a hashtag or validating source reliability during a MOOC or massive open online course model. Now, we shift to instructional design frameworks. UDL, or DUA in Spanish, is rooted in neuroscience and the principle of inclusion. It's a proactive model where learning occurs when the teacher intentionally designs out barriers related to the three brain networks. The key intervention is proactive flexibility. The teacher's ultimate aim is to cultivate expert learners. The representation of the what addresses perceptual barriers. The action and expression is the how. It addresses the strategic barriers. And engagement addresses the why. So it means the affective barriers. This structure ensures inclusion from the start. For instance, given an assessment where students can choose between easy, video, or oral presentation, or offering all content via text, video, and audio files. So everyone can understand, be engaged, and motivated to do the activity that is designed for their learning. Differentiated instruction is the necessary practical strategy for managing diverse needs in the classroom. It's how we execute the universal design of learning daily, but more specific. It's rooted in the need for a response to diversity. Learning occurs through customized paths that provide the optimal challenge for each student. The critical factor is continuous, accurate assessment of the student's readiness, interest, and learning profile. The teacher's intervention involves adjusting the content, process, product, and environment. A key method for adjusting the process is tiered assignments. This guarantees the transfer is maximized because the student is always applying skills at the level where they can achieve the highest individual growth. For example, setting up 3 centers where tasks are tiered by readiness, tied, yeah, or assigning different reading materials, such as content, that's the content, on the same historical event based on student ability. So, We have covered 6 crucial paradigms, moving from the historical foundations to the most advanced inclusion frameworks. The main conclusion from this analysis is that no single theory is sufficient. The complexity of learning demands critical integration. We need the structure of cognitivism to teach facts, the scaffolding of constructivism for complex skills, and the proactive flexibility of universal design of learning and differentiated instruction to deliver that content effectively to every single learner. Mastering this theoretical toolkit is what elevates our professional practice, and I think it allows us to make powerful evidence based decisions every single day. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps clarify your theoretical toolkit. I'm Priscila Aguirre and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.